Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingni Tim Hoki bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include Manipur CM Biren Singh congratulates Congress candidates for winning outer and inner Lok Sabha seat. Manipur elects Congress PMs, sending powerful signal amid strife, says Jairam Ramesh. Jat SF cleans up Lamka town in connection to War Environment Day. Wall of Remembrance gets tidied up. News in details. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh congratulated INC candidates Bimol Akoizam and Alfred Kangam S. Arthur for their victories in the first Inner Manipur and second Outer Manipur parliamentary constituencies in the 18 Lok Sabha elections. He emphasized that the public mandate is crucial and that the welfare of all indigenous people in the state is a priority. Singh assured that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, the BJP government will collaborate with the elected representatives for the state growth and development. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to serving the masses and building a better Manipur for future generations. Meanwhile, Biren Singh congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the National Democratic Alliance NDA on their victory in the Lok Sabha election, says India Today Northeast. He stated that the success reflects the trust and faith of the people in PM Modi leadership. CM Singh remarked that under PM Modi's guidance, the NDA has made significant achievement in promoting inclusive growth and development across India. He expressed hope that this victory would lead to continued progress and prosperity for the nation. Taking to the microblogging site X, the Manipur CM wrote, "Heartiest congratulations to Honorable PM Narendra Modi ji and the entire NDA on the remarkable victory in the Lok Sabha election. This resounding success is a testament to the trust and faith the people of India have placed in your visionary leadership." Under the dynamic guidance of PM Modi ji, the National Democratic Alliance has achieved significant milestones in ensuring inclusive growth and development, transforming the lives of millions across the country. May this victory pave the way for continued progress and prosperity for our great nation. The Congress on Wednesday said the long-suffering people of Manipur have sent a very powerful signal by electing its leaders as MPs in both constituencies of the state, and asserted that this was a tribute to Rahul Gandhi's visit to the violence-hit state. As per India Today Northeast, the Congress won both the Lok Sabha seats in strife-torn Manipur on Tuesday. Alfred Kangam S. Arthur won the Outer Manipur seat by 85,418 votes, defeating his nearest rival, Katui Timothy Zimik of the NPF. Taking to his X handle, the Congress leader wrote, "The long-suffering people of Manipur, whose resilience and strength has been under major strain since the state began burning on the night of May 3, 2023, have sent a very powerful signal by electing Congress MPs in both Inner and Outer Manipur. It is also a tribute to Rahul Gandhi's visit to Manipur on 29 and 30 June 2023 and to the launch of the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra on January 14 and 2024 from Taubal, when the state government refused permission for it to start from Imphal. It is also a tight slap on the face of Narendra Modi, who simply refused to reach out to the people of Manipur and did not visit the state even for a few hours. The two Congress MPs have a huge responsibility, and with their election, hopefully, the process of reconciliation will get a big boost." Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh congratulated INC candidates Bimol Akoizam and Alfred Kangam S. Arthur for their victories in the Inner Manipur and Outer Manipur parliamentary constituencies in the 18 Lok Sabha election. He emphasized that the public mandate is crucial and that the welfare of all indigenous people in the state is a priority. Singh assured that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, the BJP government will collaborate with the elected representatives for the state's growth and development. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to serving the masses and building a better Manipur for future generations. Today around 10 a.m., Zomi Students Federation organized town cleaning in connection to War Environment Day. First of all, JSF cleans up the venue of Wall of Remembrance and its surrounding. They also clean the dummy coffins as well. JSP then pick up the garbage and wrappers discarded along Tedim Road, and they also clean up the waste that are piling up in and around bus parking New Bazaar. In connection to World Environment Day, JSP leaders urge the general public to maintain clean and safe environment, adding that the mental and physical health greatly depends on the sanitation quality of our environment. JSF General Headquarters presented T-shirt to all the participants of today's town cleaning program. The garbage collected was dumped into the garbage dumping site through ADCC trucks. JSF leaders expressed their gratitude to all the people who participated in today's program. They fought
World Environment Day of 5th of June 2024, ZSF, in collaboration with all its 7 federating student bodies, has organized, in observance of World Environment Day, this cleanliness drive. As you can see behind me, our volunteers and fellow members have begun the cleanliness drive. This cleanliness drive will begin from the Wall of Remembrance and all the way up Tedim Road, all the way up to New Bazaar bus parking area and Nute Bazaar or Mother's Market, where the cleanliness drive will be continued and where it will end. On this day, we would like to raise awareness about the importance of conserving and protecting our environment, and we feel that this cleanliness drive is the best way to raise awareness and to show our dedication, ZSF's dedication to protecting and conserving our environment. Thank you.
They further remind the public that the cleanliness and sanitation depends on us, and we are responsible to keep our surrounding clean. Center for Community Initiative CCI offers scholarship and support to students, especially internally displaced students, whose ambition to write competitive exam is blurred due to the ongoing conflict in the state. CCI is arranging a support coaching program for internally displaced persons and financially constrained students. The classes had begun for beginners or freshers on last 30th of May 2024 at Ascent Coaching Center. For the students whose coaching are ongoing at various coaching centers in the district, a certain percent of their fees will be paid for them by CCI. 185 students have benefited from this support coaching program. CCI gives special thanks to Vumswan Naulak for his active participation and contribution. The main focus of the program is to give support to underprivileged students and guiding them to achieve their goals in their fight for success and job hunting. The Zou Artists Union arranged a charity roadshow today, the 5th of June at around 10:30 a.m. in front of Zou Khan Khol Hotel Cum Fast Food, Rengkai Road, Janhang, Lamka. The charity roadshow was organized in aid of Gamgi Vengtute Suknu area volunteer. The charity roadshow was sponsored by Zou Khan Khol Fast Food. During the show, JAU artists host donation boxes and stand beside the highway. The passerby and travelers donated money as per their capabilities or willingness. The invited artists today for the charity roadshow were Nga Si Sontak, Tracy Ngaiching, Dinpui Zote, Daniel Gangte, Muan Hanzo, Ace Lulun Simte, and Boygin Guite respectively. The donated money would be handed over to Suknu area volunteer in the earliest possible by JUA, and JUA extends their appreciations to all the generous donators who donated for the cause of their brave volunteers. The Kanglei Pak Students Association has raised serious concerns alleging Manipur Education Service of malpractices caused by the government. KSA alleges that the appointment program officers of Right to Education and assistant program officers are being absorbed into MES ranks without essential criteria. During a press meet held at KSA office on Sunday, KSA HRD Secretary Toizam Rana accused the government of undermining the integrity of MES established to fortify the administration of the Education Department. He highlighted that persons of MES2 and MES3 were appointed without essential criteria, as they have neither B.Ed degree nor 10 years of professional teaching experience. Moreover, they did not go through the standard selection process conducted by the Manipur Public Service Commission through the 3-tier exams, the KSA alleges. KSA pointed to the past irregularities where individuals initially selected through contractual arrangements under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan (SSA) and Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan (RMSA) were later regularized as program officers' right to education and assistant program officers' right to education. Further, they were absorbed into MES Grades 2 and 3 in December 2022, contravening the Manipur Education Service Rule of 2012, the KSA said. Although the High Court intervened to hold this absorption process, KSA claims that similar attempts are being made once again. Moreover, the KSA alleged that the service rules have been changed to facilitate the absorption process. The alteration, which removed the requirement of not less than 10 years regular service in the state government for eligibility, raises questions about transparency and fairness in recruitment. The KSA then urged the government to investigate these allegations promptly and take necessary action to rectify the situation. The Indian Embassy in Myanmar has called upon Indian nationals looking for jobs in that country to be careful so that they are not lured into fake or illegal employment. In an advisory, the embassy said an international crime syndicate is active in the Myawaddy region of Myanmar, Thailand border and urged Indians to exercise caution before taking up job offers in the region. There has been an increase in the incidence of Indian nationals falling victim to the international crime syndicates active in the Myawaddy region on the Myanmar-Thailand border, the embassy said. We would re-emphasize the importance of adhering to our advisories on the subject for not taking any such jobs offers without consulting the respective Indian embassies, it said. A new location at Palu area south of Myawaddy town is reported to have emerged recently where most of the Indian victims are being trafficked into via Thailand after being recruited from India as well as from countries like Malaysia, the UAE, etc., it said. The embassy urged Indians not to take up job offers made through social media. In view of the above, it is reiterated that Indian nationals should not accept such job offers floated through social media platforms or other unverified sources, it said. Indian nationals are advised to check or verify credentials of foreign employers through the Indian embassy, it said. The embassy said the antecedents of recruiting agents as well as companies should be checked before taking up any job offer abroad. The advisory came days after 13 Indians who were lured into illegal work Laos were rescued and sent back home. The fire broke out at I-7 hospital in Delhi Lajpat Nagar. At least 12 fire tenders rushed to the spot. A major fire broke out at an eye hospital in Delhi's Lajpat Nagar on Wednesday. As many as 12 fire engines have been rushed to the spot to douse the blaze, an official told news agency PTI. There are no reports of anyone being injured so far, a Delhi Fire Services DFS official said. The call regarding the fire was received at 11:30 a.m. The firefighting operation is underway, the official said. The I-7 hospital is situated near the Vinoba Puri metro station in the Lajpat Nagar area of New Delhi. The fire at I-7 hospital comes days after another major fire broke out at I-Mantra hospital in New Delhi's Paschim Vihar. The fire broke out on the second floor of the hospital. No one was injured in the incident as people were safely evacuated from the building, a Delhi Fire Services official said. Last month, a massive blaze at a hospital in Vivek Vihar killed 6 newborns. The Delhi government has directed all state-run and private health facilities to conduct a fire audit, even as several safety lapses have come to light at the 5-bed neonatal center in Vivek Vihar, with police also investigating why 27 oxygen cylinders were kept there. 5 of the oxygen cylinders have exploded during the deadly blast, in which 5 other newborns were also injured. Earlier, a massive fire broke out in a banquet hall behind Gurugram's Embines Mall in the early hours of Tuesday. On Wednesday, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare stressed strict compliance with regulatory protocols and fire safety norms. In a press release, the ministry stated, Safety and well-being of patients, both outpatients and inpatients, staff and visitors, is of utmost importance in the healthcare facilities. Recently, fire incidents have been reported in a few places. These are a result of short circuits due to suboptimal electrical maintenance or overload of electricity lines due to the use of air conditioners and other equipment. Given the potential risks associated with fire hazards in hospitals, strict protocols and measures must be put in place to prevent, detect, and respond to fires effectively. Establishing a robust fire safety plan and conducting fire evacuation and safety drills will not only ensure compliance with regulatory requirements, but also safeguard lives and property. It directed all states, union territories to ensure stricter compliance with regulatory protocols and regular mock drills on fire safety after receiving feedback from macro-level assessment. Yemen's Houthi militia claims to have launched a ballistic missile which Israel intercepted on Monday as it approached its southern port city of Eilat, the latest in a string of missile and drone strikes on Israel and ships that the Houthis claim are in support of Palestine. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Sarria said in a televised statement on Monday night that their missile forces launched a new ballistic missile called Palestine at a military site in Eilat in retaliation for Israel attacks on civilians in Rafah, claiming that the missile hit its target. Earlier on Monday, the Israeli military triggered sirens in Eilat, sending inhabitants to shelters before intercepting a surface-to-surface missile from the Red Sea. Since November, the Houthis have launched hundreds of ballistic missiles and drones against Israel, as well as ships tied to Israel or en route to Israel in the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, Indian Ocean, and most recently the Mediterranean. They also seized a commercial ship named Galaxy Leader at the start of their campaign and sank another, threatening to expand their operations to other waters if Israel did not cease its war in Gaza. This comes as local and international organizations have increased pressure on the Houthis as well as sent appeals to the international community to put pressure on the Yemeni militia to stop the executions of sources of Yemenis. On Saturday, a Houthi-run court in Sana'a condemned 44 individuals to death for collaborating with the coalition to restore legitimacy in Yemen, sparking local and international condemnation of the group. Adnan Ali al-Harazi, a Yemeni businessman who runs a farm that assists 8 groups in Yemen, is authenticating the identities of 8 recipients, was one of the Yemenis sentenced to death after being kidnapped by the Houthis in March of last year. According to Yemeni lawyer Abdul Majid Sabra, the 44 people were cruelly abused by the Houthis and held in separate cells for 9 months, with no access to their relatives or medical treatment. Yemen's Human Rights Ministry accused the Houthis of torturing those kidnapped, as well as jeopardizing peace talks to end the war in Yemen and a new prisoner exchange deal. The terrorist Houthi militia continues to issue execution warrants for abducted citizens, which demonstrates to the war that it does not desire peace and an end to the conflict, the ministry said. The Mothers of Abductees Association, an umbrella organization for thousands of female relatives of civilian prisoners, also strongly condemned the death sentences imposed by the illegitimate Houthis in Sana'a, noting that those children were abducted from their workplaces and homes and were tried with false and fabricated charges. We urge local and international authorities to act quickly to prevent these unjust rulings against the abducted people and spare them from imminent death, the Yemeni organization said. Similarly, the Geneva-based SAM Organization for Rights and Liberties accused the Houthis of using the courts in regions under their control to exact retribution on opponents, saying the Houthis abducted al-Harazi and condemned him to death for exposing corruption cases involving Houthi officials. The Houthis must cease using the court system to settle scores and persecute their political opponents, SAM said in a statement. Meanwhile, Al Masdar Online, a Yemeni news site, reported on Monday that a former Yemeni diplomat was killed while fighting alongside Russia in Ukraine, increasing the total number of Yemenis killed in the war in Ukraine to 3. The wife of Ahmed al-Sahami, a former member of the Yemeni diplomatic mission in Russia until 2017, received a call alerting them of his death on the battlefield. In May, the Yemeni Students Association in Moscow lamented the loss of Asad Tariq al-Kenani, a Yemeni student slain in Ukraine while fighting with the Russians. A hot air balloon struck power lines before crashing to the ground over the weekend in northwestern Indiana, injuring the pilot and the 2 passengers, officials said Tuesday. The balloon contacted the power lines Sunday evening in Hebron, Indiana, about 56 miles southeast of Chicago, the Federal Aviation Administration said in an email to the Associated Press. A flash of light can be seen as the balloon rises past power lines in a video recorded from a vehicle on an adjacent road. The balloon crashed about 7 p.m. in a field about 13 miles southeast of Hebron, according to the Lowell Fire Department. The injured passengers and pilot were inside the balloon's basket when rescue personnel arrived. Evidence showed that an electrical current passed from the power lines to the basket, the fire department said in a social media post. All 3 people suffered burns. Medical helicopters transported the 2 passengers to hospitals in Chicago. The balloon's pilot was taken to a hospital in nearby Crown Point, Indiana. Their names and conditions have not been released. The FAA described the information as preliminary and said the National Transportation Safety Board is leading an investigation. Due to how balloons operate and where they can take off and land, their pilots are well aware of the dangers posed by power lines, said Patrick Cannon, president of the Balloon Federation of America. They also are allowed to fly below 500 feet as long as they stay at least 500 feet from people, houses, animals, and other obstacles, he added. They deal with power lines all the time and go through a lot of training, Cannon said. Power lines can be very difficult to see from the air because they blend in with the terrain. The Israel Defense Forces says its representatives have informed the families of 4 hostages being held in Gaza that they are no longer alive. The IDF said it had told the families of Chem Perry, Yoram Medjar, Amiram Cooper, and Nadav Poplewell, who were brutally abducted to the Gaza Strip on October 7, that they are no longer alive and that their bodies are held by the Hamas terrorist organization. The IDF said the decision to pronounce the 4 hostages dead was based on intelligence and was confirmed by a Ministry of Health expert committee in coordination with the Ministry of Religious Services and the Chief Rabbi of Israel. The circumstances of their deaths in Hamas captivity are still under examination, according to the IDF, which says it uses a wide variety of methods to gather information about the hostages who remain in the Gaza Strip. Chief spokesperson for the IDF, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, said their loved ones were killed a few months ago during Hamas captivity in Gaza, and their bodies are still being held by Hamas. We assess that the 4 of them were killed while together in the area of Khan Yunis during an operation there against Hamas. In May, Hamas said Poplewell, an Israeli-British citizen, had died from wounds following a strike by Israeli fighter jets on his place of detention over a month earlier. CNN is not able to independently verify the claims by Hamas. More than 250 people were taken hostages and moved to Gaza during Hamas' October 7 attack on Israel, but more than 100 were released during a temporary truce last year. The Israeli Prime Minister's office believes there are still 124 hostages living and dead in Gaza, 4 of whom were taken before October 7. Of the remaining 120 who were taken on October 7, Israel now believes 41 are dead. Israel War Cabinet Minister and Chairman of Israel's National Unity Party, Benny Gantz, sent condolences to the families of those declared dead on Monday, saying on his Telegram channel the news was a painful reminder of our supreme moral duty to continue to fight against terrorism and to do everything to return all the hostages home as soon as possible, even at painful cost. The latest deaths are likely to increase pressure on the Israeli leadership to secure a ceasefire proposal outlined by U.S. President Joe Biden last week. Following news of the 4 deaths, the Hostage and Missing Families Forum in Israel reiterated its demand to the Israeli government to immediately approve the proposal. The organization called the news of the 4 deaths a mark of disgrace and a sad reflection on the significance of delaying previous deals. The Israeli government must send out a negotiating delegation this evening and return all 124 hostages, both living and murdered, to their homes, the group said in a statement Monday. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.